now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it.
What? At Tanagra, When the Walls Fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. But the observant viewer might notice that there's an addition to the show today.
Yeah. As I walked in the studio tonight, I'm walking down aisle 3, like the chips on the left and the candy bars on the right.
Have you had those Takis? Have you ever eaten those?
Gideon loves those. I hate those.
So
I think they're lame.
Mutual friend who we talk about quite a bit on the show, Jad, who you were just telling a story about him earlier.
Swords.
Yeah, I was with Jad the first time he tried Takis.
Ah.
We were working together, and we were in and out of gas stations all day. You know, you don't need to know why. And
there's a lot of 7-Elevens.
And he was talking about those Takis. It's like a new thing. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, they look good. I was like, you should try them. You know. And so he was very excited.
Yeah.
And we get in the car, and he pulls out a Taki. It's like a rolled up tortilla chip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
flavored with spice.
And he takes a bite of it.
Yeah.
And if you've ever had lunch or dinner with Jad, I've seen him, and this is not a joke, I've seen him eat a chicken nugget with 5 bites. like a Wendy's chicken nugget. I saw him take 5 bites. I counted.
Yeah.
And he takes tiny little bites. And he took the end of the Taki, and it's an acquired taste, but I really like it. I was like,
yeah, that was a quick acquired.
I was like, that's not how.
I don't.
You just like it.
Explain to me what you think that means.
It's not an acquired taste if you like it immediately. You just like it. It's an acquired taste.
I acquired it just now.
I guess on some level, everything is an acquired taste. You're not really
I
going to
acquired
know.
the taste for Takis.
You're not going to know until you have
the
it.
first 2 seconds.
So you were walking by the Takis and the Doritos,
Pringles.
And when's the last time you had a? Is it a Muncho? What is that? What is that?
Funyun.
No. I was Funyun adjacent the other day. I was close to a Funyun, and I hadn't had a Funyun in a long time.
Funyuns are fantastic.
When's the last time you had a Funyun?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. The last time I ate a Funyun, I might have been at the Sun Swim pool.
So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I love Funyuns. You're talking bugles with the.
I love a bugle.
You're talking where they go in the fingernails.
Yeah, I'm talking Funyuns.
No, you were before the Funyun. You said, "Have you ever had those?" You started describing it.
I might not be with it today. I didn't get good sleep last night, so I don't know what you're talking about. But I was Funyun adjacent. I was close to a Funyun.
Oh.
In fact, my wife was eating them. Yeah, it was at a birthday party. It was a crazy birthday party.
Wild.
For a 2-year-old, and it got nuts. And she was eating a Funyun, and I was like,
She goes, it's an acquired taste,
but I like it. The first time I tried it, and I almost reached out and ate it, but I thought it's best to let the memory linger for what it is. There's no way that can taste as good as I remember that it tastes.
Yeah, no, I think it does.
Does it? Because what I remember is that it tastes amazing.
Yeah,
it's an impossible chip to dip. There's no dipping. I mean, you could I guess you could dip it, and it could kind of take some stuff up, but there's no.
It's more of a pour over.
What?
Like if you had cheese that you could pour over.
It would pour right through the hole. It wouldn't even. It would just go away.
Like around the thing.
No.
Use one of them fondue fountains.
Oh,
Man, if I had a fondue fountain at home, I wouldn't be here.
Filled with ranch.
That much.
My own
ranch.
Next time Farmer Bob comes over, I think you need a fondue fountain with homemade ranch.
Like that.
That might be worth the investment.
Honestly, listen, stop.
Yeah.
We've just discovered something. Because we should do a giant fundraiser for the show and call it the Awesome Ranch Fundraiser.
And just to be clear, that fundraiser is the money that we make will be used to, we'll just take it, right? Like,
Yeah,
we'll just,
no.
okay, all right.
It's not a
It's not
nonprofit.
going to go to a good cause.
No,
or
I'm gonna
anything.
put gas in my car. But I think it's bring your own whatever you want to put in the ranch. So you can bring whatever you want, and there's this fountain of
And we
ranch.
have a ranch fountain.
A ranch fountain.
But won't the ranch pick up the residual garlic or
That's the best part. Every time you put a new thing in, it comes out tasting a little bit different. By the end of it, you just got an explosion of flavor.
It might not be. We jest. Fondue, a fountain of anything is not a good idea in public. I mean, maybe
Well,
if
in
it's
a
just
private
you and your
setting.
family.
2 or 3 families, maybe.
I think no. 5 is the max people, and that's I'm getting a
it's
little
all-
sketchy after 5 people. I'd like it by myself. I'd be willing to share it with another. And
Okay,
that's
would
about
you?
as-
Okay, tell me this: would you rather share a fondue fountain of ranch with 5 random adults or 5 random 2-year-olds?
Both of them are random.
Yeah, 5 like off the
Now,
street.
if the 2-year-olds are a known quantity, I'll take the 2-year-olds. But random 2-year-olds, I'd have
Random
to,
adults.
I'd have to size them all up. Are they going to be showered and shaved before
the 2-year-olds?
all of them? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I feel like I could be like, yeah, there's a grubby group over here. This group looks a little cleaner.
I think I'd rather 2-year-olds.
Can I meet the parents of the 2-year-olds, or just the 2-year-olds are walking in?
Just like any daycare. It's just like you pick 5 kids out of
And I just have to
daycare.
share it.
Yeah.
I'll take the 2-year-olds.
I think I would.
Adults
too.
are disgusting.
I'm in with the 2-year-olds, and I'll tell you why. Because they're not going to look at me weird when I just stick my hand in and get a whole handful of ranch.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, that's normal. So
You're like a baby god. You know what I mean?
everything I do, they do. They see me stick my hand, and they're like, oh, okay.
When C-3PO came into the Ewok
There have been
village,
prophecies.
They thought he was
about Jesse,
Yeah.
the giant baby man that will come and he will be one of you, and yet he won't be at the same time.
Many days from now,
He will
there
lead
will be
you
a man.
into the promised
Yes.
land. He will cup the fondue.
His cup runneth over of ranch.
The baby Messiah.
He will die for your ranch.
Yeah. It's taking it too far. So, excuse me.
So I'm walking down the aisle.
So you're walking down the aisle.
There's
past
chips,
the Funyuns.
chips on the left, Snickers on the right.
You got the Funyuns, you got the Takis,
Pringles.
You got the Pringles.
Is
There's
anything-
still that other kind of potato chip. It's in a red bag. It's called like a Muncho or a Munchie.
Cheez-Its.
No. It's a potato chip, but it's not. You can tell they're grounding this down because they're
Like Funyuns.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Pringles
they're very
are ground
airy
down.
chips.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a
kettle chips.
No, because it's not a sliced potato. Potatoes have been sliced down, and then somehow some mad science has happened that has. Jesse, have you found the Munchos potato chip? Well, as soon as you see it, they're extremely salty.
Yeah, he should have been on this 5 minutes ago. We gave him time to look it up.
Yeah.
Show producer.
Listen, I was thinking about the ranch fountain.
He's gonna have dreams about that tonight. Okay, so listen: chips on the left, candy on the right.
Jesse will
It's
get back.
Munchos.
Yeah,
Munchos.
look at the picture
yeah,
of it.
it's Munch. Oh, the $2 only bags. Yeah.
Yeah, those. You know
Oh,
those chips.
Yeah, those are no good.
Well, those aren't real chips. I don't know what they're made
They're
of.
gas station chips.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're
No.
not like uniform, but they're also not real potatoes. I don't know what they are, but they're extremely salty. Like if you need some salt, I'd get those.
Chips on the left, candy on the right. I'm walking down the aisle. I see you and Jesse and
Jesse was by the hot dog roller,
yeah.
I love that thing.
and I was like, Jesse. I mean, even Patel was like, I do not know how long that has been there. That was a sausage, and now it looks like a hot dog. Jesse, please do not eat that. And Jesse ate it.
He ate it. He ate 3 of them.
Yeah.
There was only 3 left. Ate them all.
And he's like, I like it. He's like, I like it when they have the cheese in it. And Patel was like, that did not have cheese in it.
No cheese.
That never had cheese in it. And it was.
You are
it was-
sadly mistaken, my friend. You go see Doctor.
So we're hanging out by the cheese
hot dog
dogs,
roller.
the hot dog roller.
And I shout, "Hey, I brought a special guest with us tonight."
Yeah.
And everybody was excited. The room erupted.
I was
with
hoping it would be Steven Crowder.
applause and laughter. And we walk down, and around the corner comes Estelle, and everybody goes, "Oh."
Yeah. That's about how it went.
So-
and we're like, Estelle moved. Jason said he brought somebody special. Must be behind Estelle.
So I picked up Estelle from college today,
Yeah.
a couple hours ago.
Uh-huh.
And she decided to join us tonight.
Finally wore out her welcome.
Yeah, they
At
kicked her out.
college. He had a good run. You know, longer than your dad did. I can tell you that.
That
much.
is true. That is true. So how's the liberal college life going? Your roommates are extremely liberal, right?
No.
They're gonna watch this.
Yeah.
They've been talking about watching it. I don't know that they have yet.
I mean, you
There's
could
some
dictate
episodes
that,
they shouldn't
right?
watch.
You have a TV. You could dictate. We're all going to sit down and watch Lauer Road.
They
Yeah.
probably didn't like my impression of Patel.
One of them might be a Patel.
Oh,
Also-
really?
I also make fun of fat people a lot on here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think that's not really good on college campuses nowadays.
Fat
To get-
Body shaming.
Yeah,
Well, I
fat
think
shaming.
fat shaming should be more often.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd probably be skinnier if it was.
Bill Maher is on a whole fat shaming
Yeah.
tour
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Listen, I'll say, yeah, normally I don't like him, but lately,
He's making a lot of sense.
yeah, I'm like, he says, like, fat people need to be less fat. I'm like,
Hard to argue that.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue that.
Yeah. So what do you have to add to that?
Not much.
She's like, I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, it's fine. So, okay, I've got some things tonight.
Yeah.
Kind of with the idea that she might be here. Is there anything you want to lead off with?
Well, I
mean, you brought this strange
I can.
microscope
I brought
thing.
this microscope because we were just going through some stuff and we found it. It's very heavy. It says that it was made in West Germany, which is kind of cool. So I thought, worst case scenario, it's a decoration for the
Yeah.
studio. Best case scenario, Jesse does a little bit of research, finds out that I can retire because this was Hitler's own microscope.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
You at least-
really hoping for the second thing.
Get at least $350 for that if that's Hitler's.
If that's Hitler's.
Yeah.
350?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I tell you I sold a copy of Mein Kampf, his book?
350? Was it
Uh,
autographed?
No, but it was straight. It was like before they banned it. It was from the 30s. Yeah,
Well, I
they-
think every copy of it
No,
would be
they,
before.
no, they've reprinted it, but like
Oh.
with edits about like he would say something that was terrible, and they would edit and be like, "That's terrible."
Like the joke you told. We had to edit that.
listen, it was a great joke. I wish you wouldn't have edited
Agree
it.
to disagree.
Okay, so
So I have something I can talk about,
okay,
or we can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Was there
or
more
if
at the
Stella has
microscope?
stuff. No.
okay. Let's do Mount Rushmore of
Ways to see small things.
Okay.
Microscope. Magnifying glass. Glasses.
Monocle.
Monocle. You don't know how to say that word. do you?
Monocle.
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 Monocle, glasses, microscope, magnifying glass.
Yes,
All right.
that's pretty good.
What's the Mount Rushmore you want to do?
I was going to say optical devices.
Oh, well, it's going to be a lot of crossover there.
Well,
I would say.
telescope.
Telescope. Well,
See, that's to see far.
can you see? Could you use a telescope in an emergency as a microscope?
What type of emergency do you need to see something really small, and you happen to have a telescope with you?
I just had such a good joke. I mean, Jason, it was
Let's
a
hear
great
it.
joke.
Yeah.
I can't. It's inappropriate.
Oh.
But it was such. And I thought of it
beep it out.
so quickly.
Yeah.
If I would have said it and I edited myself. Thankfully, I was taking a drink because it would have been hard. Because you said, I mean, I could do a little bit of research, and edit it out. Would that be okay, you think?
We'll just do it after the show.
Okay,
We'll
I'll just tell
do
it
it for the
after the
super
show.
fans. That pay
It's not
the
going to be as
extra.
funny, but as in quick.
Yeah.
As quick as I thought it would have been tremendous.
Okay.
We would still be laughing right now. I can
believe it.
guarantee you. So
Telescope, microscope.
telescope,
optical devices.
Glasses.
I think glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a huge one.
you only got one more.
What do you look through? Oh, how about those things at like the ocean that you put a quarter in? You know what I mean? And they let you see like literally 0.1% more.
On top of the skyscrapers in New York.
Yeah.
The Empire State Building. They have those.
They're your eyes can see so much better than those.
What about a camera with the?
Oh, that's
It's an optical device that you're looking. You
I'd
could
say
zoom
a
in.
camera is a definite an optical device.
Yeah. Do you have one?
Is a window an optical device?
If the glass is a mirror.
How about a crazy mirror?
A mirror?
Mm-hmm. A mirror. Is a mirror an optical device?
You
I think
look-
a mirror is an optical device.
I think it is.
I think a mirror belongs on the list.
I think so. So telescope, microscope, mirror, and glasses. A one-way mirror is definitely an optical.
I love a one-way mirror. If you can get one.
Or is that a two-way mirror?
A two-way mirror?
What's a mirror that you can look from the back? Like
Yeah.
someone's looking at themselves and you can see them, they can't see you?
Yeah, everybody knows what it is, but they've never come up with a name for it. So what did you want to talk about?
Okay, so listen. Right before we left, so I picked up a Stella like at 4:30.
If you brought some Munchos next week, I'd like you to try them.
Okay.
Maybe
if I bring them, you want me to try them?
I
I could just buy some on the way home and eat
I'm probably
them
not going
tonight.
to do this. But they might be better than you think. You're just going to have something ready to drink, though, is
Okay.
what I'm going to say, because they're
Yeah.
so salty.
Salty things to eat. Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. Ooh, this is a good one. Pretzels,
Chips.
chips.
Sunflower seeds.
We're going too fast.
Listen, but these are very
Relax.
obvious.
But salt
Popcorn?
is in everything.
That's literally what gives half of the things its taste.
Yeah. Popcorn's a pretty good one, though.
Salisbury steak.
Have you ever had popcorn without salt?
It tastes like nothing.
Yeah. I was once at a movie, and I was sitting in the balcony, and I took one bite of my popcorn. It didn't have salt. I had to be physically restrained from jumping off the balcony. It escalated that quickly. I was just furious. I threw the popcorn. I started ripping off my clothes for no reason. And, they had to bring in security. I was just upset. I was really upset. Popcorn's a pretty good one.
Erica got up and moved.
Have you ever had a pretzel without salt? It's like,
Yeah,
what am I
no
doing
good.
here?
Yeah.
You know, I might as well eat a stick.
Pretzel popcorn. What'd you say?
Well, you said chips.
Chips.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't have chips without salt.
Here's the thing. Take salt away completely from a pizza. It's not going to be very good. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, take salt away completely from, like, your whole cheeseburger setup. It's not going to be very good because there's salt all up in that business.
Lots of sodium.
I like to put salt on a cucumber.
Oh, come on.
On a tomato?
That's very good. I like a tomato sandwich.
margarita.
Margarita.
Is that salt? Or is that?
No, they put
That's salt, yeah.
salt around the rim of the margarita.
Yeah. It's really good.
That's what I hear. I watched this. I've never had bourbon before, but I told you I watched this episode of this documentary about bourbon and how it's made.
I love bourbon.
And I had this dream then the next night that I was just drinking so much bourbon. And I was like, this is amazing.
He woke up drunk.
I did. That's how much I drank in my dream. So I've still never had it, but I can say I don't think I've ever ordered something at a restaurant that was bourbon flavored and didn't love it.
Bourbon flavored steak.
Bourbon chicken, bourbon. That's pretty much it. But no, but there's like bourbon desserts, like bourbon caramel creme something or other. Like anytime something says bourbon and I try it,
Pretty good.
I'm like, this is great. So
Yeah.
maybe somewhere I think I like bourbon. My guess is that if I tasted it, it would be like gasoline to me.
You wouldn't like it.
But in my dream, it was amazing.
Yeah.
He was just drinking the sauce from bourbon chicken in his dream.
And now that I've done.
Lots of salt.
Oh, the salt.
Do we finish the salt?
Um,
Did you just help bring that back around?
No, he farted and then he fist bumped because that's what he does. Because he's the baby messiah. He will come farting and fist bumping. He will have no shame.
Large
True.
diaper he will wear. Daddy go dookie.
My goodness.
We're gonna finish the salt. Mount
The
Rushmore.
salt, the Mount Rushmore of salty foods.
Yeah.
Man, this
Pretzel, chips, popcorn,
okay.
sunflower seeds.
Oh, yeah. Sunflower seeds.
Nah, I don't. I feel like there's so many other things that need
Like what?
salt.
Name one.
I mean, if I had to say for the rest of my life, I can eat sunflower seeds without salt, or like I have to have one of these without salt. I would rather have sunflower seeds without salt than cucumbers.
Without salt?
Yeah, I actually like a saltless sunflower seed because
I like a saltless cucumber.
I'll eat a saltless cucumber if I got some of my homemade ranch available. But
Fondue ranch.
But I eat sunflower seeds mainly when I'm on a long road trip.
Yeah.
I'll eat sunflower seeds for 6 hours straight. Now that much salt in your mouth just tears your mouth up. So I find the saltless sunflower seeds, and I actually don't mind them.
Okay.
Or
I like
low salt anyway.
Hard-boiled eggs. Dump salt on those.
Yeah.
More of a pepper.
I can do pepper too. Yeah.
Yeah. When Abby was a baby, Erica would make her eggs in the morning, and we made our kids finish their food.
Yeah.
And Abby likes salt, but Erica put a little bit of salt on, and she was like 1.5, and Erica said, she said, I want more salt, and she said, no, that's enough. You don't need more salt. That's plenty. So when Erica turned her head, she took the cap off and poured it on there.
Oh gosh.
And Erica didn't realize that there was that much salt on there, and she made her finish it, and then she immediately vomited.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful story.
So my wife made some hard-boiled eggs this last week.
Humble brag. Whatever, no big deal.
And we put
I got a wife.
We put them in the refrigerator door. Okay. And Gideon likes to go get one, and the kids sometimes will go eat one. Mm-hmm. Gus went to go get one the other day.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't hard boiled.
I like where this is going.
He grabbed the wrong one. Him and Teddy's in the kitchen, and he goes to crack it, and
Yeah.
it just smashes in his hands. I walk in the kitchen, and they're cracking up laughing. I'm like, what? And they were afraid to tell me.
Yeah, sure.
But they cleaned it up, so that was nice.
In their defense, you hit them mercilessly.
Yes.
So.
You will clean that up. Like, I'm just looking for the fondue ranch.
And you were laughing, too.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing.
Okay, so listen. I picked Stella up about 4:30. We got home at 5:30. We ordered some pizza.
Where did you order pizza from?
Papa John's.
Did that pizza have salt?
Lots.
Yeah, and
it
it's
was really
important.
good.
Yeah, okay.
And we took the remote away from Teddy, who was watching SpongeBob.
Okay.
I gave it to Stella. I said, pick something out that we're all going to like, something good.
That's hard to do.
It is hard to do.
Especially as your kids get older, it becomes increasingly more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 10-year range between Estelle and Teddy.
Because generally kids are brats, but then they get brattier at a certain age. And they come to a point where even if they like that show, they're just going to say they don't like it because they can.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This guy over there.
So she picked out, what's it? Oh, Big Hero 6.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's
it's
fine.
good.
That's fine. I'll watch it. Whatever.
But I'm sitting there with the family. We're eating pizza. And I have this like magical moment
Papa John's.
with Papa John's, yeah. And the Disney logo pops up on the screen, and it's got that Disney music.
I know. I know it.
Like,
and you're
I'm
sitting
looking
there with
around.
your
This
whole
is
family.
like this is a family moment.
It's the last time it's going to happen.
This might be the last time.
Probably.
This is probably it. Now Gus was
Probably
upstairs.
because you're going to die because you eat too much pizza.
Yes.
It's got nothing to do with your family.
Yeah, we were -1.
You'll be together watching Disney eating pizza again, but you'll be in a casket.
Yes.
It'll be at your funeral.
Uh-huh.
What movie, if you had to pick a movie that people watched, it said, instead of a funeral service, I just want you to watch this movie, and this movie tells you everything you need to know about my life.
Either Shawshank Redemption or Three Amigos.
It's pretty good.
One or the other. Mm-hmm. Maybe a double feature. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're sitting around watching Disney. The Disney logo comes up on the screen. I'm overwhelmed with emotion. Right? It's magical. The truth is, I love Disney. I really do.
Oh, well.
Now, I know. Listen. Lately, they've made some poor choices.
Yeah, they have.
Okay? I don't really want to go down that road.
Neither do I.
Let's do it.
But
Yeah.
I want to do some Disney Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll do
So
it.
let's do Disney movie Mount Rushmore.
So this is just so broad. I couldn't even tell you every Disney movie.
You don't have to know everyone, just 4. It's the 4 most
I feel
iconic.
like there's-
And Estelle's in on the conversation. Don't forget,
these
she's sitting
animated?
literally right here. Estelle, what do you have?
Cinderella.
Cinderella. See, that would be a good one.
Just undo her mic. Just
Snow White.
Cinderella's pretty good. Snow White's pretty good. So we're thinking those kind of Disney
Anything.
movies. Because
Lion King?
Lion King.
because that movie with Ben Stiller where the kids went to fat camp. What was that movie?
Fat Camp?
I think it was called Fat Camp.
By the way, that's the movie that if I died instead
Fat
of...
Camp.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, it's called like Big what is it called? But that's a Disney movie.
Okay.
Like Mighty Ducks is a Disney movie.
Mighty Ducks.
You know, I just
So does
this
it
is very
belong?
broad. No.
Remember the Titans is a Disney movie.
Now, the problem is now they own Marvel and Star Wars.
But those aren't Disney movies. Is Leia a Disney princess?
Technically, yes.
I don't like it.
Toy Story.
She's been adopted. Toy Story.
Moana.
No.
I say, welcome.
Have you seen the video of The Rock singing that song to his kids?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Okay.
Frozen.
I do like Frozen. I don't know if it belongs. Cinderella definitely belongs.
All right.
I think Snow White definitely belongs.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 2 more.
Okay.
So a live action,
Fantasia.
Yeah.
that's pretty iconic.
That is iconic.
Yeah. So now you got 1 more.
It's probably the Fat Camp one.
Flight of the Navigator?
Jesse doesn't even know what that movie is.
No.
Oh.
Is Harry and the Hendersons a Disney movie?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Robin Hood.
I mean, that's my favorite, but that doesn't necessarily mean we've been over this. Martin Van Buren is my favorite president, but he doesn't belong on Mount Rushmore.
The Parent Trap.
No.
Which one?
The Disney
Neither.
one.
Neither. Freaky
Is
Friday.
The Sound of Music a Disney movie? I think it is.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Mermaid?
And Mary Poppins. I know Mary
Yeah,
Poppins.
Okay, Mary
Mary
Poppins.
Poppins is-
Mary
yeah.
Poppins. It's Mary Poppins. I won't have anything else.
All right, Mary Poppins.
So
Chim
it's-
chimney, chim chim churro.
I likes what I likes, and I likes what I do.
Okay.
Okay, Mary Poppins,
Uh-huh.
Cinderella, Snow White, Fantasia.
I mean Bambi, though.
And you leave off.
Bambi.
And you leave off Lion King,
Oh, Lion King.
Toy Story.
It's the second time in 3 weeks you've done it. Okay, we've done this already. This is a repeat.
It's
Okay,
it's
listen.
that good.
Mount Rushmore.
That's a great song. That's
Okay, that one's done.
That's
Are we doing Fantasia or Bambi?
Hans Zimmer soundtracks. Go.
Gladiator.
Interstellar. Interstellar's underrated.
Agreed?
Dune? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. As a Pirates of the Caribbean is effective, but I'll never listen to it on purpose.
I thought that was John Williams.
I don't think
No,
many
it's Hans
people
Zimmer.
watch a movie and they're like, I like the soundtrack. I'm
Oh,
gonna
more
listen
than
to
you
it.
think.
only
Really?
do.
Yeah.
I do.
I do, too.
All the time.
You
I'm
guys have talked about
obsessed
this
with
before, and I'm like,
soundtracks.
I don't know anything about any soundtrack of any.
You don't know
movie.
anything about
You're
anything.
uncultured. You're the
I
baby
am.
messiah.
Good point. Good point.
Is that the title of the episode?
The baby messiah. Pretty good.
On Easter weekend, we have a new baby Messiah.
He will come. He will be one of us.
Thou shalt dip thy wrench in thy fountain.
And then he chooses the babies based upon which ones put their mouth directly into the fountain and which ones scoop it. You know?
It's 100% works based.
Yeah.
Just
Okay, Mount Rushmore of Disney characters.
Mickey,
Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
Donald Duck,
Donald Duck.
Goofy,
I don't know about
Pluto,
that. Scrooge McDuck,
Gus Gus.
Gus Gus.
You like Gus Gus.
We named one of my kids Gus Gus.
After him.
Yeah.
And I remember you were upset that he wasn't fat. You know what I mean? You're
Oh,
like,
he was fat. He's less fat now. But when he came out fat, it's like, that's totally
true.
Gus Gus.
That's true. He did.
He
come
was
out
so fat. He didn't open his eyes for 3 weeks. He's just so fat.
You thought he was Chinese.
Yeah. Typically, they're not fat, though.
No, but the eyes thing.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, the eyes thing. It's obvious.
I think it's an evolutionary advantage, though. I mean, I'm not criticizing it. I'll bet they get less stuff in their eyes than we do. Don't you think?
you'd think so.
Sometimes I think I should squint my eyes more. Maybe that's why Robert De Niro does it.
Listen.
So I'm not criticizing it. Just because I recognize it doesn't mean I criticize it.
Yeah. You know, Eskimos have something called snow blindness.
Careful.
Where they have to have like a mask and they put 2 slits in it
Yeah.
so they don't go blind.
That's
Yeah.
where sunglasses came from. Those
Yeah.
were the first sunglasses.
But the Chinese have it built in.
Aren't the Eskimos like pretty close to the Chinese though? Like they're pretty like
Asianish.
yeah,
Yeah.
Asiatic.
Yeah. What?
Just Asian-ish.
Yeah, I think they're Asian-ish.
That's a good name of the episode.
Yeah.
The baby Messiah is not Asian-ish. It's big white.
Once again,
Pillsbury Doughboy.
not racist. I have an Asian friend.
A.
No, I do.
He's half.
I mean, he's from India, but that's Asia, right?
Yeah, the whole continent.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think Russia is technically Asia. It's not Europe.
I think I knew a kid who was a foreign exchange student from Russia.
To Russia.
From Russia.
Oh.
With love. That's a James Bond movie, I think, isn't
The
it?
new James Bond movie does not have a sexual scene in it.
Well,
It only has sexual scenes in it.
No, it's being criticized. It's the first Bond movie without.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Have you seen it?
no, I just saw a post on Facebook about it.
Okay.
he just had a thought and research to say, I wonder if the new
I wonder
James
how much
Bond...
sex is in that new James Bond.
What?
Okay. Are you done with the Mount Rushmore of Disney?
Yeah. Well, we could do more. Disney villains. Cruella DeVille.
Yeah.
The one from Little Mermaid. She's pretty
Ursula.
classic. Ursula. I'm only going to pick women, just so you know. The witch from Snow White and Pocahontas.
Mulan? She's Chinese.
She is. And I don't like the way she looks at
Or is
those
she
guys.
Mandarin?
Is she Mandarin? Is
It's
there?
all the same.
Yeah.
I thought I got to be educated
Okay.
about that.
Okay, so
There's a
listen.
book that I keep on seeing. It's like the history of China. It's so thick, and I keep on thinking about reading it. I'm like, I don't know. I can't even read Chinese.
The audio version's even.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't.
It's like, this is crazy. The whole time I'm like, it doesn't even make any sense. Have you ever been really
Well,
impressed?
just keep going.
Have you ever seen a little kid that speaks like a Chinese kid, and he's speaking Chinese, and you're like, I'm so impressed because I don't even know one word of Chinese, and he's fluent. Everybody, come here. This kid speaks fluent Chinese. Can you speak Chinese?
Well, he's China, so
Yeah.
you know.
I saw a video the other day of a kid that he's white. He was born in China and speaks fluent Chinese, and he has a Chinese accent too.
He's like European. You're saying
like very
yeah,
European,
okay.
like
He's not
blonde
like a white
hair,
Chinese.
blue. No,
Because I met a white guy from Haiti one time, but he was
That's
that was
confusing.
different. He was an albino. It's a true story. I was playing soccer in Haiti. This is a crazy story.
You were playing soccer in Haiti.
I was goalie.
clearly.
I blocked up.
Well, funny thing was I took the ball. I caught it once when they hit it, and I dribbled it in between my legs, and the guy goes, Michael Jordan. So it was a bunch of white people. Because we were on a missions trip against the Haitians that were there, and we played a soccer game against one another. And they, first of all, obviously blew us out of the water.
Yeah, and they were barefoot. You guys had soccer cleats.
Yeah. When we made them, they had shoes when they came, but we're like, nah.
You guys also had
Barefoot, all of you.
You guys
Now.
also had coolers of Gatorade on
Yeah,
the side just for
Just
you.
like drinking it for like pouring it on the ground.
See that creek over there? That's yours.
I am so hungry. So, anyway.
You cannot have our ranch fondue fountain.
Yeah, we came on a mission trip, but not now. Like now, it's about competition. So anyway, a bunch of white people playing a bunch of locals in soccer attracted a crowd.
Yeah.
And there's like a wall that a bunch of people were sitting on.
Yeah.
There's like hundreds of people there watching us play, and there was one kid that was albino. I mean, he was Haitian, but he was an albino, and all of his friends were pushing him on the field, and they were like pointing at us, like you can take him. So they had a sense of humor about it.
Yeah.
You know,
He was your
I
star.
thought-
He was
I
your
thought
star
it
player.
was
Scored 7 goals.
Yeah. Well, once we put the cleats on him, you know, what I mean? He was like, I don't even know. We had to show him how to tie the shoelaces and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Just got him some Velcro.
yeah. We're like around the bunny here, and he's like,
Through the bunny.
I don't
down the hole.
What is a bunny?
You know,
I don't know. Eat. What is eat?
successful mission trip
I'm a little medicated right
I
now.
Can tell,
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
a little all over the place. I'm glad we brought Estelle for this one. So
She's contributed a lot so
Yeah,
far. I think
you
someone
know.
should give her a chance to speak. The whole
did you prepare anything?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
Just like Dan. Okay, so listen. Teddy came up with an invention. I was pretty impressed. I came home from work, and I walked through the living room. I used the bathroom. As I'm using the bathroom, I hear one of the kids fart.
Yeah.
Okay? Pretty normal in my house.
Probably a smell.
So, it is. It is what it is. So I go to the bathroom. I come out, and as I'm going back to my chair, I hear it again. And they're starting to giggle at this point.
Yeah.
I look over. He had a straw in his mouth down to his armpit.
Oh.
And he was blowing down the straw into his armpit.
Which
making
kid was
fart.
that?
Teddy.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. That's pretty slick, isn't it?
I think I've seen it before.
Teddy might be like a polymath. Do you know what a polymath is?
No. Is that like
Do
a
you know what a polymath is? A polymath is, there's not many of them, but like Leonardo da Vinci was a polymath. Like Benjamin Franklin was probably a polymath.
Like good at everything.
Unbelievably advanced beyond his generation.
Yeah.
I think that's, that thing right
straw
there.
in the armpit? Fart noise, straw in the armpit? Does it get any better than that?
No, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah. I was a pretty proud father at that point.
You should be.
Yeah. She never came up with that.
No. Are you kidding? You never even saw her. When she was 5, she's gone in her room the whole time.
Time for college.
Yeah. She's like, Dad, I don't know what I was going to say. All right.
I don't even know Chinese.
I don't even. How can I go to college?
You'll learn quick. Yeah. Okay. Let's hit the Netflix.
Thank God.
I need a tissue is what I need. In my office. Oh, sorry. I'm going to farmer blow if we don't get me a tissue. I can go do it, and then you guys do the Netflix thing, and I'll be right back.
Don't knock anything.
Netflix.
The song's not going to be over by the time he gets back.
Netflix, maybe Hulu Plus, or maybe Amazon Prime, or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
Okay, so Stella, do you have a Netflix suggestion of the week?
I recently read a book that Mom gave to me.
Wait, stop. Is this Netflix?
Yes.
Okay.
And I read it all in one night. I think it took me like 7 hours.
Okay.
And I just didn't stop.
Okay.
And then I looked up the second book and I saw that there was a TV show on Netflix original, Shadow and Bone.
Shadow and Bone. Okay. I don't know anything about it.
It's basically, there's this world where there is a lot of war. I don't think it's dystopian. I think it's a completely different fantasy
Like a different
world.
universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's normal people and there's people that have powers. And it's basically like this person is special and then they go and do power stuff and fight.
Power stuff. Okay. So it's good guy versus bad guy.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Just a bit of romance.
Shadow and Bone on Netflix. That's Stella's.
Okay.
Are you okay?
No, but I'll be fine.
Okay. My Netflix suggestion of the week is found on Discovery Plus.
Is that a Amazon add-on? Is that how you did that one?
Through Roku. It's just it's another subscription service, like $6.99 a month.
Does Stella know the login information for that one?
Yeah, she has it. She's gonna spend the night. So there's this documentary that is damaging to
I think I know what you're going to say.
Hillsong.
Yeah.
It's the
Heard about that.
The Hillsong, the cult of Hillsong or something like that. I mean, it's the documentary on Hillsong.
For those that don't know, what's Hillsong?
Hillsong is a church that is primarily based and started out of Australia. Mm-hmm. And it branched out all across the world.
I found this on the web.
In a period of like 20 years, it went from a single church in Sydney to a worldwide denomination of like 30,000 churches.
Megachurch.
I mean, just huge numbers, massive numbers. They have a college. They have
Justin Bieber went to their
in New York. Carl Lentz was the pastor in New York. I mean, just
like
massive.
people that like Brooklyn Nets would go to that church.
Yes, celebrities, the whole thing. So, once again, I'm a church guy. I like going. I've been to church my whole life. I enjoy it for the most part. Some things I don't care for, but it is what it is. But for the most part, this documentary is bashing Hillsong.
That's the sense I got.
Yeah, but rightfully so. 80% of it is rightfully bashing. 20% of it, I think they overstepped a little bit because some things they don't fully.
Now,
if you're not in the church world, you don't comprehend. Okay, so here's a for instance. I visited with a pastor in Dallas, Texas. Me and a group of pastors were on this tour of 2 or 3 mega churches in Dallas. We sit down with this pastor, and we're asking him questions. I mean, once again, mega church. I mean, 5, 7, 10,000 people. I mean, very, very big, multiple services, the whole thing. And he said, we're asking him, like, what are some of the challenges that you face? One of the challenges that he faced was they have a lot of celebrities in Dallas, and a good chunk of them go to his church. And the problem is that these celebrities can't be a normal person in that environment. They're surrounded and overrun by just other people.
Sure.
In a group of 10,000, they're just overrun.
Yeah.
So they've created like a separate door that they can come and go, you know, and then a separate section, seating, that they can sit in.
Sure.
So they're just not bothered. They can just go to church with their family and enjoy church.
Well, because church is a public thing. They're just letting anybody off the street walk in, right? You don't have a bouncer at the door.
Right.
So all sorts of crazy people
it's
could get around these celebrities.
Right. It's a struggle that they face internally. Well, they created a system that it works for them. No, there's no complaints there. But when they portray it from the Hillsong perspective, like New York was doing this, where they were roping off a VIP section for the celebrities in New York.
Sure.
And this VIP section got bigger and bigger and bigger, basically took up the whole floor.
Right.
And so now nobody in New York can get even close.
Right.
Because it's just
Like,
overrun by celebrities.
It's like Hamilton tickets.
Yeah. I mean, it was like it really was a big deal.
Yeah.
And so they were being largely criticized for that. And as I'm watching it with my wife, I'm like, I do have a wife. I'm married.
One thing that we know about her, 2 things. One is she's married to you, and 2 is that she makes hard-boiled eggs.
Yes.
Those are the 2 things that we know.
2 things that you know. Put a stamp on it. I was telling my wife at the time that I said, that's unfair how they're treating them for this. Because that's tough. Like, how do you handle that? That's a lot of internal, behind the scenes. These guys are sitting down like, how do we do this?
Sure.
It's tough. It really is tough. Where do celebrities go to church?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying is they have to have a safe space. That's one time where safe space is an appropriate thing. You have to have it.
Yeah.
I think so.
Makes sense.
I just assume most of them go to the Church of Scientology.
Well, that's a big one.
That too. That's a whole separate cult. So Hillsong, I think personally, from what I know about it, there are a couple bad apples who...
Anytime you get
20
people or more together...
Yeah,
there's going to be a couple bad apples.
A couple of these bad apples were in major leadership roles.
Yeah.
And it was really, really bad. So...
are they trying to take down Brian Houston? Like, are they criticizing him a lot?
Done.
Well, I know he's done.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is this documentary,
so
are they trying to hit him, or are they trying to hit these Carl Lentz guys?
Well, so Brian's dad was a pedophile.
Yes.
Like, confirmed.
Yeah.
And Brian tried to cover it up.
Right.
And that kind of went on even after they covered it up. They didn't release it. They weren't cooperating with police. It wasn't great. And then based on some arrogant decisions that he made, it caused further damaging things. It appears as though they were trying to cover additional things up. And then Carl Lentz is another just horrible bad apple in the bunch that gives the church a black eye.
Sure.
So listen, I'm fascinated. I love documentaries. You and I both do.
I don't like this, and I'm not saying you do or anyone should. I don't like this conversation, and conversations that you don't like, it doesn't mean that you don't need to have them.
Yeah.
Right. But I love Joel Houston so much. Like the guy that leads Hillsong United.
Yeah.
His music is so phenomenal and deep.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's like lyrically like completely blows me away. I think
agree.
it's so good.
I think their music is fantastic.
Yeah. And
You
so
know?
I just have a hard time. It's just, I don't know. It's not like you relish it. I know you don't,
No.
but it just makes me so unbelievably sad to think about Joel Houston And I don't know Joel Houston I've never met the guy.
Yeah.
But I just, like I said, his lyrics are so good that I don't know.
Here's the thing. Like, the reason why I really like this stuff, whether it's a legit organization, like Hillsong's a legit organization. I don't think of them as a cult.
No, I know. No, they're
Right.
not a cult.
But I mean, they kind of talk about that. I mean, they're trying to make them into a cult.
Yeah,
I don't think they're a cult.
They're trying to sensationalize it.
That's
for
right.
Sure. Yeah.
But I enjoy watching this stuff because it kind of is self-reflection. Like, how do I view this? How would I go about this? I think there's a lot of healthy conversation that could be had if you're in that world.
Sure.
And
obviously they're not even. The documentary is, well, they have an axe to grind, and they're not getting all of the information probably either. So it's tough.
it's very well done.
I'm sure it is.
I think if you're in a church leadership role, whatever that is, I actually think it's worth watching.
Yeah.
I would discourage anybody who doesn't know anything about church from watching it because it's just going to give church a bad image. And the truth is, there's a lot of bad things about various groups of people, and unfortunately, church is one of those things. So it doesn't have to be that way, but it is.
Or it does, because we're all humans, and anytime you get
the truth is, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I hear you.
It doesn't have to be. But that, once again, that's why I love watching that stuff, is like, what are the pitfalls? What are the traps? What are the things? And, arrogance and pride, all these things are a common theme for these mega churches, and I've been to them. I've talked to leadership in those churches, and once again, I'm fascinated by it. I really am. So,
My biggest beef with Hillsong?
what?
Not enough Fondue Ranch fountains in their churches.
Yeah. Well, they're Australian, so.
They use Vegemite for communion. Most people don't realize that.
Pig blood.
What is Vegemite? I just know it's an Australian
It just
thing.
sounds terrible. I saw a video one time where this guy was like, a lot of people don't like this, but I eat it on everything. And he literally just has like cases of Vegemite.
When you flush a toilet in Australia, it flows the other direction.
I've seen the Simpsons episode.
Yeah.
I just know the Vegemite because it's that I live in a land down under. You know that song?
No.
Eating the Vegemite sandwich. You know that song?
I'm familiar with the song. I don't know the words. What's
well,
your
they sing
Netflix
Vegemite
suggestion?
sandwich in it.
What's your Netflix suggestion?
I saw a video where Hillsong was baptizing kangaroos, and I was like, I don't know.
Was it a cartoon?
No, it's like
A real thing?
They were really, and I'm like, what do you? No, it's not, that didn't happen. It
was anime.
I'm just trying to come up with the stupidest thing that someone could say, like criticize, like they were baptizing kangaroos.
Yeah.
They were.
Well, kangaroos by default are going to hell.
They're and they're too human. You know what I mean? The way their arms and
Yeah.
stuff, like you're eye to eye with them.
Would
they
you
can box.
Would you take a kangaroo versus Mike Tyson in a fight? Who would you take?
Kangaroo
can use his tail, by the way.
Yeah, it's assumed.
Which
Can Mike
Mike?
Tyson use his tail? What?
Which Mike Tyson? Like, are you talking Mike Tyson
that's
in
a
his
good question.
prime?
In his prime.
I'll take prime Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take the kangaroo.
It depends on, is it a blue kangaroo or
It's
is it a
it's a-
western kangaroo?
It's the one that you think of.
The one that's all ripped.
Yeah.
Oof, I don't know, man. Those are tough.
Those things are ripped, man.
Does
I
it
don't feel
think
like
that
they
it's
can
fighting Mike Tyson so that it can mate with another female?
No, it's trying to mate with Mike Tyson.
Oh, well. My Netflix suggestion of the week. I think you've suggested this before.
The Sasquatch Gang. Have you seen that, by the way?
I don't watch as much Sasquatch stuff as you think I watch.
Because how much do you watch?
I watched one once.
Ask me how much I watch.
How much do you watch?
All.
Like
Everyone.
exclusively.
All of them.
Yeah.
Just yes.
Yes.
I think you suggested this before, but my brother-in-law, your brother-in-law too, Josh. I said my brother-in-law, and I was like, wait a minute, your uncle, his uncle. We're not so sure. DNA, we're not so sure. So, because of Josh, that's the
Dr. Popsicle.
Dr. Popsicle. Yeah, and he used to work at the pretzel stand in the mall. And for years, I used to ask Josh how things were going at the pretzel stand, and he loved that joke.
Yeah.
Josh suggested that I watch this, The Devil Next Door. This is about the guy from Cleveland who's an ex-Nazi war criminal.
On Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like 4 episodes long. I couldn't stop watching it. I was like, I got to find out who this guy is.
Yeah.
and it was engrossing. It was a roller coaster. I just did not know what to think from one second to another, and it was really well done.
Turns out it's Brian Houston's dad.
And we were like, that doesn't even make sense. But I mean, that's what it was. That was the end of it. It was a reveal.
It concluded with the Hillsong
like,
United
what?
band playing.
Yeah.
So weird.
And they were like, I'll stand. I don't even.
I thought this was a Nazi thing.
Yeah, it's like. Anyway, it's really good, and I will say, don't watch it with kids because I don't think there's like cussing or anything like that, but there's a lot of back like there's footage from these camps, the Nazi
concentration camps.
The concentration camps. Yeah. So there's dead bodies and stuff. It's really hard. Like I kind of had to look away. It's just hard to see this stuff, and so you wouldn't want a kid seeing that, you know. But it was super compelling, and the whole time I'm like, super curious what's going on. So,
okay, so like we got 1 minute left.
Well,
Stella, you got the last 60 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever fought a goose before?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does this tell you anything?
The goose won. No, she sent me the text like a week ago. She's like, I just got attacked by a goose.
Mm-hmm. Goose are mean.
The Canadian geese?
Mm-hmm.
Vicious.
Yeah.
Did you win?
Come after you.
Yes.
See, well, I had fried goose for dinner. What's that tell you?
It was terrifying.
Did you run?
Yeah. I didn't run. I had like a heavy backpack on, so I like sped walked away.
Okay.
But
okay.
I did what I
But
could.
you could have used that as a weapon, potentially.
Well, I had a blanket in my hand, so I was going to throw it over top of him and then run.
And then
Catch
punch
him?
the goose?
Oh.
I don't think I would be able to punch it.
Roman put a goose in the bathtub.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a swan.
It was a swimming bird.
Yeah, I think it's a swan. He captured a swan from.
Okay, that's your college story.
Yeah.
You ran away from a goose.
Mm-hmm.
His college story
I
is
knew a high school kid that captured a swan. Why was I hanging out with high school kids in college? Because Jad was my only friend. And that's
all
true.
Listen, someone needs to make a movie about Jad.
They do.
His
He's like
whole
the
life.
Forrest Gump of our generation.
And he's not done.
No.
He's not done yet.
No, he's not
That's
even
the
done.
most amazing part.
Yeah.
I sent a boat of burning dead bunnies down the creek in college.
Peeps?
Nope. Real dead bunnies.
You're going to have to bleep that
All
out,
right,
too.
this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.
Now we did a Viking funeral.